like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Na Dior Pop. ARMY, something unexpectedly hilarious just happened online, and of course it involves Park Jimin and Jeon Jungkook again. Purple Heart. What looked like a simple selfie from Jimin quickly turned into a full internet moment. But this wasn't just any selfie. Fans immediately noticed something unusual. The way Jimin perfectly cropped the photo made it look exactly like a reaction meme template. And within minutes, ARMY did what they always do best. They turned it into something iconic. Suddenly, the image was everywhere, edited, shared, and most hilariously, used for memes about Jungkook being Jimin's real boyfriend. Was it intentional? Was Jimin secretly feeding the fandom meme material? Or did ARMY just once again turn a tiny moment into something legendary? Let's talk about the selfie that accidentally became the funniest Jikook meme of the week. In the world of K-pop, a single post from an idol can instantly become a trending topic. But when the person posting is Park Jimin from BTS, even the simplest selfie can turn into a viral moment across the internet. Recently, Jimin once again caused a wave of excitement among ARMY. Not because of a dramatic announcement or a major performance, but because of something incredibly simple and incredibly Jimin. He posted a photo of himself. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary selfie. Just Jimin's face, soft lighting, a relaxed expression, and that natural charm that fans around the world adore. But ARMY quickly noticed something unusual about the picture. Jimin didn't just post his face. He cropped it perfectly. And somehow, that small detail turned the photo into what fans immediately recognized as the perfect meme template. The selfie that looked like it was made for memes. Usually, idol selfies include a full frame, maybe a background, an aesthetic setting, or a carefully composed shot. But this time, the photo felt a little different. The crop was clean. Jimin's face sat perfectly in the frame. And there was just enough empty space around it that it looked almost like a reaction image waiting to happen. Within minutes, ARMY began sharing the picture everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, fan communities. The image started spreading rapidly. But fans didn't just repost it. They started editing it. Some turned it into reaction memes. Others added captions. Some even used it as wallpapers or stickers. The possibilities felt endless. And of course, there was one name that quickly appeared in the majority of those edits. Jeon Jungkook, the Jungkook real boyfriend. It didn't take long for fans who love the famous Jikook dynamic to turn Jimin's perfectly cropped selfie into something even funnier. Suddenly, the internet was full of memes featuring Jimin's face with captions implying that he knew something about Jungkook that no one else did. Fans jokingly called it the real boyfriend meme. For example, one viral edit read, "That look Jimin gives when Jungkook says he's busy, but Jimin knows he's just playing games." Another one said, "Jimin when someone asks who the most clingy member of BTS is." And of course, the imagined answer was always the same. The jokes spread quickly, and ARMY couldn't stop laughing. Not because anyone was trying to prove anything serious, but because the playful dynamic between Jimin and Jungkook has always been a beloved part of BTS fandom culture. Why fans love moments like this? The relationship between Jimin and Jungkook has fascinated fans for years. From their trainee days to global superstardom, their interactions have always felt natural and full of warmth. Sometimes they look like best friends who love teasing each other. Sometimes they act like brothers. And sometimes, the way they look at each other on stage or during interviews makes fans feel like they are watching a scene from a romantic comedy. That's why memes like this resonate so much with ARMY. They aren't meant to be taken too seriously. They're simply a fun way for fans to celebrate the chemistry and friendship that Jimin and Jungkook share. And in this case, all it took was one perfectly cropped selfie. Jimin's subtle internet genius. What makes this moment even more interesting is that many fans believe Jimin might actually understand exactly what he did. Jimin has always shown that he is very aware of fan culture and how ARMY interacts online. Over the years, he has posted photos, messages, and comments that seem simple but end up creating huge reactions within the fandom. This selfie feels like another example of that. Maybe he just thought the crop looked good. Or maybe, just maybe, he knew that fans would turn it into memes. Either way, the result was the same. ARMY had a new favorite reaction image. When a simple photo becomes a fandom moment. One of the most beautiful things about BTS and their fandom is how small moments can turn into shared experiences. A short live stream becomes a memory. A simple comment becomes a viral quote. And now, a single selfie becomes an entire meme culture moment. Within hours, Jimin's photo had been transformed into hundreds of different edits. Some fans turned it into phone wallpapers. Others used it in group chats as a reaction sticker. And many continued making jokes about Jungkook being the real boyfriend. It was funny, creative, and very ARMY. The power of Jimin's charm. If there is one thing that makes Jimin truly special, it's his ability to turn the smallest things into something meaningful. He doesn't need grand gestures to capture attention. Sometimes all it takes is a smile. Sometimes just a glance. And now, apparently, even a perfectly cropped selfie can start a whole new wave of fandom creativity. That is the charm of Jimin. A meme, a laugh, and a reminder of BTS bond. At the end of the day, this moment isn't really about memes. It's about how fans connect with the artists they love. It's about how something as simple as a selfie can make millions of people laugh together online. And it's about how the bond between Jimin, Jungkook, and ARMY continues to create moments that feel warm, funny, and unforgettable. Because sometimes, the biggest fandom moments don't come from concerts or announcements. Sometimes they come from something much smaller. Just Jimin. A perfectly cropped photo. And the entire internet suddenly turning it into the funniest Jungkook real boyfriend meme imaginable. Purple Heart. In the end, this moment proves something ARMY already knows very well. Even the smallest things from Park Jimin can turn into something unforgettable. A simple selfie, a perfectly timed crop, and suddenly the entire fandom is laughing, creating memes, and sharing the moment together. Whether Jimin did it intentionally or not, the result was the same, a wave of creativity across the internet and another funny chapter in the never-ending story of Jimin and Jeon Jungkook. Because when it comes to BTS, even a single photo can become a whole event. And honestly, that's part of the magic. The little moments, the unexpected laughs, and the way ARMY turns them into memories that spread everywhere. So the next time Jimin posts a selfie, maybe we should all look a little closer. Who knows? It might just become the next legendary Jikook meme. Purple Heart.